When we express a vector in terms of x, which might be this direction, y, and z, which are all at 90 degrees to each other, so we have to imagine that this is a diagram in 3 dimensions, we often use the letters I in the x direction, j in the y direction, and k in the z direction. So we might have a vector which we call A, and we might express that as something like 3i plus 4j minus 2k. And that would indicate that this vector is 3 along the x direction, plus 4 along the y direction, and minus 2 along the z direction. And therefore, my resultant vector A might look something like that in this 3-dimensional picture. And you can see that it can be quite difficult to represent that accurately. Now, when we look at this, the magnitude of our vector, or the length of our vector, we can calculate using Pythagoras. So magnitude, which is the distance from the origin here to the end of my vector A, equals the square root of the I term plus the j plus the k, and we square each of those terms. So in this case, the magnitude of A, which we call A with my modulus lines either side, the absolute value lines, in this case it would be 3 squared plus 4 squared plus negative 2 squared. And we can calculate that out to be root 29. Sometimes it's useful to be able to express a vector as the unit vector. And by that, what I mean is a vector that has a magnitude of length 1. So a unit vector will be exactly the same direction as vector A, but with a magnitude of 1. And the way we do that is my unit vector, which is called A hat, will be 1 over the magnitude, so this will be 1 over root 29 times the original vector A. And therefore, if I wanted to find the unit vector of this specific example, then my unit vector A hat would equal 1 over root 29 times 3i plus 4j minus 2k. So that's how we can calculate the magnitude of a vector with the I, j, k coordinates, and the unit vector, which is a vector that is in exactly the same direction as A, but has a length of 1. So we can say here the magnitude of a unit vector is always 1. And that's a rule that holds in every circumstance. If you found this or any of my other videos helpful, please subscribe to my channel or like the video. Thanks.